if you were starting out today as an indie artist, like what are some of the main steps you think that you would take just to like make quick progression, you know, to build a fan base? Like what would you not miss? Like what would be your foundation?
Wow, that's a really good question. It's like the best interview of the tour. I think that the two things you really got to focus on as a young artist are having an amazing live show that is incredible and having incredible videos.
Right.
And those are the two things. If those two things aren't in place, nothing's going to happen for you.
Awesome.
And so like I would go back and make sure I had a video for every song, and I would do everything I did the same way, because I started just doing music on the laptop and then rapping with my beats. Then I get to the point where I was able to hire a band because I was able to afford a band. And but I think that like I wouldn't have, I would have done everything the same, done everything solo and done more videos. But I spent a lot on videos. Like I'd spend between 5 to 15 grand a video, and now you can do it a lot cheaper.
Right.
So yeah, I would have done more videos for cheaper, because now there's the technology you can.
Right.
We did it all on film. We've hired like sets. We had like an entire crew.
Right.
And now you can just do it for less money.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
With the way technology is, you can get some amazing stuff. So, and that's a great thing, because artists can do things now that you couldn't do 10 years ago when the majors were in control. So, everyone wants to criticize that the industry is falling apart, but in essence, it's falling apart sometimes in a great way, because you have opportunities that were not available when majors were calling all the shots. So it's great for indies.
And I think for indie artists, like what we're able to do now, you couldn't do 20 years ago.
Right.
You really needed a major label to be successful. And like, it's all changed. And there's this great book that network people recommend to me, Future Music by David Cusick, and he was a Berklee School of Music professor. He kind of details the rise of the middle class musician. So now more people can make like a living wage, but there's less bands making millions.
Right.
It's all kind of evened out.
Right, which I think is amazing. Like we've talked to a few other artists today, and it's like there's not going to be as many, Motley Crue and Poison and whoever, these massive artists. But you can still make a living and live well. And I would rather spend 16 hours a day on the road like this than 8 hours in a cubicle. I'd rather make 50 grand doing this than 50 grand in a cubicle doing half the work. It's like, do you love it?
No, you can still make a living. Like this has been our most profitable year, and like
How can you say that again?
Yeah, no, this has been our most profitable year, and it's been awesome. We've grossed over 100 grand doing this, which is awesome. But net, there's so many costs.
Of course.
But like that, all my stuff is a tax write-off, so it's like.
And the thing too is, a lot of artists don't realize like the way to keep your machine moving is to take that money and put it back in yourself.
Totally. That's a very important point.
Not to buy a Beamer. Buy some more merch.
Right. Every dollar gets invested right back into it. And over the years, I've put so much into this, and like that gives it longevity.
Right.
It's like I'm my own bank. And with the Kickstarter thing, it's so cool, because then the fans are able to be like, well, I believe in you. I want to help invest too.
Which is really cool. I'd really love to talk about the Kickstarter. So if you could just, I know like they might not know about the Kickstarter thing that you did, but you raised like $23,000 to record. Was it your last album?
Yeah, Lars Attacks, which comes out officially in September.
Gotcha.
And it was awesome, because I used my email list that I've been collecting for 8 years, and my Twitter and my Facebook, and I did a video. And Kickstarter is a great platform because people can donate at different levels. Some of the higher tiers were like
they were pretty cool.
Yeah, like you got the laptop I actually made the album on, or the microphone, and like that was cool.
Yeah,
like people just really supporting it.
Yeah, I mean, because it could be something that's a $5 donation and you get like a free download, up to it was like $1,500 for the actual laptop that he recorded on.
Yeah.
And for like a super fan, that kind of stuff is awesome. But they're not going to buy it if you don't offer it. So you have to have there are different commitment levels of fans. There's the regular fans and there's super fans. So I think it's really, really cool. And you couldn't have done that 20 years ago.
Definitely not.
So I think that's just such a great testament of what is possible in this day and age.